Inspired by the iconic TV show, Miami Vice throws you into the role as either Sonny or Ricardo, both undercover detectives tasked with dismantling a powerful drug cartel. At its core, the game is a third-person action shooter, but it incorporates elements that elevate it beyond a simple run-and-gun experience. The cover-based shooting mechanics are fluid, allowing for strategic combat encounters that feel both tense and engaging, and with the game offering a range of weapons from handguns to powerful shotguns, you can approach each mission in a variety of ways. But what sets the game apart is its unique reputation system. As you complete missions, you build your street cred, which unlocks better weapons, equipment, and access to higher tier missions. This system encourages replayability, as you'll want to improve your rank to dominate the entire city. And the game also manages to incorporate light RPG elements, allowing players to manage their undercover operations. You can purchase and sell illicit substances, but you've got to be careful as your choices can impact your standing with different factions and influence the story's outcome. This feature alone adds an element of moral ambiguity and reinforces the high-stakes nature of being an undercover cop. When it comes to the game's aesthetic, the developers absolutely nailed the show's atmosphere. With vibrant locations such as neon-lit cityscapes and a pulsating soundtrack, you'll find yourself cruising through seedy docks, upscale nightclubs, and huge mansions, with each of them oozing with the glamour and danger of Miami's criminal underworld. Whether you're reliving the glory days of the TV show or checking out the world of Miami Vice for the first time, this game is a must-play for fans of action and crime dramas. Ever since its humble beginnings on the PlayStation, the Summon Night series has gone on to become one of my favourite RPG series, and the 5th entry on the PSP is one of its best. At the heart of Summon Night 5 is its intriguing story, which is set in a world where powerful creatures known as summons exist and form contracts with humans. Of course, like any other RPG, combat is where the game either succeeds or fails, and Summon Night 5 takes on a strategic turn-based setup with each battle taking place on a grid. Here you've got to move your characters across the battlefield, utilizing attacks, magic, and special abilities, with each of your party members having their own distinct set of skills, including basic attacks, powerful spells, and summons, which can be used in combination to defeat enemies. The key to success in battle is knowing how to use your summons effectively. For example, some of them can heal your allies, while others specialize in offensive magic or AoE attacks, and as the game progresses, you can customize and level up your summons, making them even more powerful. It's not all just about simply fighting though, as the relationships between your characters play a crucial role in the game as well. As your characters grow closer, their combat abilities are enhanced, which ties into your overall progression, with the bonding system becoming just as important as the battles themselves. With its cast of lovable characters, beautiful visuals, and compelling gameplay, Summon Night 5 is an absolute must for fans of RPGs and the series as a whole. NeoGeo Heroes Ultimate Shooting is a love letter to classic arcade shooters that draws on the incredible history of the SNK brand and presents what is perhaps one of the best shooters available on the PSP. One of the standout features of the game is its cast of playable characters, all of which are drawn from SNK's iconic games. Fans of King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, Metal Slug, and other NeoGeo classics will immediately recognize beloved characters, each of which comes with their own unique abilities, weapons, and playstyles, giving you the freedom to choose a hero that best fits your preferred tactics. Each character's distinct moveset and special attacks are designed to complement the bullet hell gameplay, making the game feel both fresh and familiar. For example, Terry's fast and aggressive fighting style translates into quick, powerful attacks, while Mai's agile and acrobatic abilities allow her to perform high-flying tricks that can clear entire waves of enemies. Now each stage is packed with enemies, bullet patterns, and challenging obstacles, and the sheer volume of projectiles flying at you from all directions make it a chaotic experience, but the controls and mechanics are designed to ensure that you'll never feel overwhelmed or out of control. Of course, boss fights are one of the key highlights that come in all shapes and sizes, from mechanical behemoths to monstrous creatures. Each one has a unique set of attacks that require different strategies to defeat. With its diverse cast of characters, exciting gameplay, stunning visuals, and intense bullet hell action, NeoGeo Ultimate Shooting is incredibly hard to put down, so if you're a fan of the company or just shooters in general, it's one game you do not want to miss. Gundam Next Plus is an arcade brawler that builds upon the solid foundation of its predecessor while introducing new features that make it a must-play for fans of the Gundam franchise. Sadly, it never made its way outside of Japan, but the way in which the game is set up, it's easy for non-Japanese speakers to get into the action and understand what is going on. The game pulls from nearly every corner of the Gundam universe, featuring mobile suits and pilots from the original Mobile Suit Gundam series to newer entries like Gundam Unicorn, and with over 50 mobile suits to choose from, fans can relive iconic battles or create dream matchups between their favourite characters and machines. Naturally, each of them feel unique with distinct abilities, weaponry and fighting styles. Whether you're looking for speed, all-out power or even a blend of both, there's a machine to suit each approach. Now when it comes to the gameplay itself, combat is fast-paced but never overwhelming, striking a perfect balance between accessibility for newcomers and depth for experienced players. The variety of movesets and special abilities ensures that no two battles ever feel the same. From long-range beam attacks to close-quarters melee combos, you can experiment with different tactics to gain the upper hand, and the dynamic battlefields complete with destructible environments add another layer of strategy to the fights, and using them to your advantage is one of the main ways to come out on top. Complementing all of this are the customization options that allow you to tinker with your machine's performance and aesthetics, and with so many different items to unlock, there's plenty of reasons to keep coming back to the game once you've made your way through it. With its addictive gameplay and nigh on endless replayability, Next Plus is well worth picking up. Set in a dystopian future where resources are scarce, State Shift places players in the role of fearless racers who risk it all in a high-stake competition. The game's atmosphere is gritty and intense, reflecting a world on the brink of collapse, with the track environments reinforcing this narrative, featuring industrial wastelands, neon-lit cities, and desolate landscapes, all designed with striking visual flair. Now what helps State Shift stand out is the mechanic that's at the center of its gameplay, and that's the ability to shift your vehicle between several different states. You've got a speed mode which increases your top speed, an aggressor mode that increases the vehicle's strength, allowing you to ram your opponents and cause damage, a glide mode that improves your handling and reduces your weight, making it perfect for navigating sharp turns and jumps, and finally the shield mode that protects your vehicle from damage, and is crucial when racing through dangerous areas or under heavy fire from aggressive rivals. The ability to seamlessly switch between these states adds a truly strategic element to each race, whether you're trying to escape a tight pack, defend yourself from attacks, or master a tricky section of the track. The state shifting mechanic ensures that every race is just as engaging as the last. Now the game's career mode offers a satisfying progression system to make your way through, allowing you to unlock new tracks, vehicles, and upgrades as you climb the ranks. On top of this, you've got plenty of other modes to get stuck into as well, such as time trials, elimination events, and multiplayer, ensuring that there's plenty of replay value if you decide to jump back in after completing it. Overall, the game's combination of challenging gameplay, sleek visuals, and a pulsating soundtrack makes it a must-play for fans of futuristic racing games like Wipeout and F-Zero. Tenchu Shadow Assassins sees you taking on the role of the iconic ninja duo Rikamaru and Iyami as they embark on a journey to rescue their kidnapped lord and restore peace to their clan. Much like the previous game, stealth is at the core of its gameplay, and each mission is like a puzzle, requiring you to study enemy patrols, use the environment to your advantage, and execute your targets with precision. Of course, you've got a variety of tools and weapons to help you succeed, from smoke bombs, shurikens, and grappling hooks, allowing you to approach each challenge in a number of creative ways. From infiltrating heavily guarded castles to navigating treacherous forests under the cover of night, there's plenty of variety when it comes to each mission, ensuring your journey through the game never begins to feel stale. What makes the missions even more engaging is the freedom to choose your path. Whether you want to eliminate every guard in your way or slip past undetected, the game accommodates for these different playstyles. Now visually, for a PSP game, Tenchu Shadow Assassins is truly impressive. The environments are beautifully designed with a strong emphasis on atmosphere. From moonlit courtyards to misty mountain temples, every location feels alive and authentic, capturing the essence of feudal Japan. The character models and animations are smooth and fluid, especially during stealth kills, which is cinematic and satisfying to watch as they play out. Overall, for fans of stealth games and those who appreciate a well-executed narrative, Shadow Assassins is a must-play. It honors the legacy of the series while standing as a unique and polished title on the PSP. Freakout Extreme Freeride brings you into the world of extreme skiing, where boundaries are non-existent and the mountains are your playground. Unlike traditional skiing games that confine you to groomed slopes and races, Freakout places you on untamed, snow-covered peaks, where creativity and skill are your best allies. The game features 6 expansive and beautifully designed mountain environments, each offering its own unique challenges and visual style. What makes them special is the variety of paths and routes available. You can stick to safer trails or take more dangerous shortcuts to rack up higher scores and reach hidden areas. But the game's trick system is at the heart of its gameplay, with a huge variety of tricks to perform and the ability to link them into combos, and pulling off a perfectly timed grab or a massive 1080 spin feels extremely satisfying, especially when you stick the landing after a huge jump. Of course, there's several modes to try out as well, with the main career being the real highlight. It's all split up into a series of missions, each of which presents specific objectives to complete, such as reaching a high score, performing certain tricks, or racing against the clock. As you progress, you'll slowly unlock different outfits, skis, and accessories that can affect your performance on the slopes and give you an incentive to work through everything the game has to offer. With its combination of open-ended gameplay, diverse environments, and its rewarding trick system, Freakout is on par with the likes of SSX and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, so for any fans of extreme sports, this one is definitely worth checking out. At the heart of Star Ocean First Departure is a classic tale of adventure, courage, and friendship, and it sees you taking up the fight as Roddick, a young swordsman from a peaceful village who is thrust into a world-saving quest after a strange illness spreads across the planet. While the premise may sound like a typical RPG plot, the narrative soon opens up and delivers one of the most intriguing and heartfelt journeys in the series by combining sci-fi and more traditional elements that create a refreshing and unique atmosphere for its world. On the gameplay front, one of the best features of First Departure is its real-time battle system. The game allows for basic attacks, special abilities, and powerful combos, all of which can be strategically combined to maximize your damage and control the flow of battle. The AI for your party members does a good job as well, allowing them to make intelligent decisions on their own, but you can also intervene and issue specific commands during combat, ensuring that you have full control when you need it most. The battles are complemented by a rich skill and ability system where you can level up your character's stats and acquire new abilities as you progress through the game. As you would guess, each of them have specific roles, such as healers or a focus on physical attacks, so growing them equally is essential to holding your own throughout one of the more challenging boss fights that appear later on in the adventure. When it comes down to it, First Departure is a fantastic remake of the original, and with its captivating story, memorable characters, and fast-paced real-time combat, the game offers an outstanding RPG adventure that's definitely one of the best in the series, making it a real standout on the PSP. Unbound Saga is a beat-em-up that flew well under the radar upon its release, and it's a real shame as it's easily one of the best examples of the genre. The game takes place in a world that feels like a comic book brought to life, with the player taking on the role of Rick, a typical comic book hero, tough, fearless, and armed with a snarky attitude. What makes it quite humorous is that he's well aware that he exists within the confines of a comic book, and the dialogue and story beats soon become one of the game's strongest aspects. Now, the core gameplay in Unbound Saga revolves around traditional beat-em-up combat. You'll fight your way through a series of linear levels filled with waves of enemies and have the ability to pull off a series of light and heavy attacks, special moves, and combos that are easy to execute but rewarding to master. Some enemies are straightforward and can be taken down with basic combos, while others are stronger and require more tactical thinking, such as exploiting their weaknesses or dodging their attacks. While the game's combat system is pretty bare bones, it still offers some depth in terms of progression and upgrades. As you fight through the levels, you'll earn points that can be used to upgrade your fighter, whether it's by increasing your health, attack power, or unlocking new special moves altogether. While it may not be as widely recognized as other PSP games, Unbound Saga is a great game that stands out for its creativity and sense of fun. So if you're a fan of beat-em-ups or comic book inspired stories, you'll find a lot to love here. With its unique premise, great combat, and humorous story, it's by far one of the best PSP hidden gems, so if you can find it for a good price, don't hesitate in picking it up. Patapon 3 continues the series' unique blend of rhythm-based gameplay, strategy, and action, and with its captivating art style, upbeat music, and innovative mechanics, it's easily one of the PSP's best hidden gems. It sees you leading a tribe of creatures known as the Patapons through various levels by drumming out commands to control their movements, attacks, and defense. The innovation lies in the way the beats dictate the flow of the game, and you control the Patapon's every action by pressing one of 4 drum beats, each corresponding to a different command. The rhythm and tempo of the music are essential, and synchronizing with the beat allows the Patapons to execute their actions with precision, making timing and rhythm crucial to your progression. For example, the Pata beat is used to command your army to march forward, the Pon beat tells your troops to attack, and the Chaka beat causes your units to defend. One of the standout features of Patapon 3 though is the addition of a new fever mode. When your timing is perfect and you achieve a consistent rhythm, your Patapons enter this state, where they become more powerful and much faster. This mode feels incredibly rewarding, and on top of this, you now have the ability to customize them all with different skills and equipment. For example, you can upgrade your unit's health, attack power, or defense to better suit your strategy, which adds a level of depth that was missing from the previous games. So if you've played the originals or fancy trying out something a bit different on the PSP, then Patapon 3 is definitely one of the most unique games the console ever received, and if you're a fan of rhythm-based games, it will not disappoint. Well, that does it for today's video. Keep an eye out for part 3 as that will be coming up soon, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to get notified about new videos which release every Monday and Thursday. You can follow me on all of the socials which are linked below to stay up to date, and also join my growing community on Discord to meet many like-minded gamers to continue the conversation with. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Patreon supporters Rhino, Skilljim, Shuden, Richard, Amy, Daniel, Dio, Omar, Strider, Pierre, Carl, Awesome Jacket Dude, Maximus, Scott, Alfred, Terry, Ryan, Alex, GameCube Galaxy, Curse Salaryman, Fake, and Paddy J for their continued support that helps make these videos possible. If you're interested in joining my Discord or supporting the channel through Patreon, you'll find all of these links down below. As always, thanks for taking the time to check the video out. I'll catch you next time.